Now, good everyone, my name is Graphics. Today we want to construct this in tangency. Now, when you see a question this way, the first thing you first of all do, you just draw a vertical and a horizontal line. So this way that I mean. So let's do that and see. Now this is my horizontal line this way. Let me go this way. This is my horizontal line this way. You can see that should be more of a center line, and this is my vertical line this way. So I have long one, short, long, short, long, short, long, short, long, short, long. This is what I have here. So this point, they meet at this point, let me call it point A. They are meeting there. That's the first thing you do. Now the second thing you do, if you look at this closely, you discover that we have two lines inclined at 30 degrees to the vertical, from the left and from the right. From here to the right is 30, from here to the right another 30, right? Everything is from this point, and this point is this point here. So to make it easier, just take your set square and stand it up straight this way on your T-square. Right, stand it up this way, your T-square. Then you're going to draw the vertical line this way, and you turn it the other way around. You draw the angle of the line this way. Now what you notice, you discover that the angle between here and here is what? 30 degrees. Now if you discover again, on this point here, you discover towards the vertical, there's another line that is drawn at an angle of what? 15 degrees. So what we'll just do here to make it more easier, since this vertical to this is 30, in between is what? Is 15. So I will just simply take my compass, and I'm going to strike an arc this way, right? I'll strike an arc this way, and I'll place it here. I'll strike an arc. I'll place it here also. I'll strike another arc. So it means I'm bisecting what? The angle. Now, if you want to watch videos on like how to bisect angles, you can click on this link here. So now let's move forward. Now I'm going to draw a vertical line, a line that will pass through that point I intersected. So that line should be a center line. So I have this long, short, long, short, long, short, long, short, and this. So this is what we have here. So it means that the angle from here to here is 15. Alright, so we'll move forward. And also this should be a center line. They all should be a center line, not just ordinary line. Now let's move forward. I should be able to take this up a little bit to this direction here. So this is what we have. So my reference point will be here. Now let's see. The next thing we'll be doing here is to draw a height from the base here, this base here, which is this point here, a height of 12 millimeter upward. So let's do that and see. When I measure 12 millimeter upward, I should be having something like this. From point A is 0, right? And I'll measure 12, this 10, 11, 12 at this point. So I'll just draw a line, that should be my reference point. So I'll use my T-square and just draw a line that will just pass through that point. That will be my reference point. So the next thing we'll do, if you look at this very well, you discover that the rest of the circles are built on it, right? So what we'll do here is this, is to draw these two circles. Now if you look at it very well, from this circle here, it has a diameter of 50, right? So we need a radius of 25 to draw this circle. So what you do is, if the diameter of this circle is 50, it means the height of the circle is also what? 50. So what I'll do is, from this point here, where the line cuts the horizontal here, which is this point here, I'm going to measure a height of what? 50. So let's measure the height of 50 and see. So first of all, measure the height of 50, that is the diameter of the circle. So from here to this point is 50, right? It means that this is 0, 10, 20, and this 25 at the center here. That is the center point. Is that taken? So I'll use my T-square, and I'm going to draw a center line this way. This. All good? So they are meeting here. Now this is when I will now take the radius of what? 25. So we know that from here to this point, from here to this point is 25. Also to this point is also what? 25, right? So I'll place it here because my circle here is inclined at this 30 and the other one too at this 30. So what I'll simply do is, with that radius of 25, I'll place it here, and I'm going to, where it cuts this inclined line, I'm going to draw my circle. First of all, I'll draw it this way. I'll stop here. See that I'm taking in it, and I'm going to stop here too. I'll come to the next point too here also. I'll do the same thing. That is the first thing we are going to do. So having done that, we've drawn these two circles, which is radius of what? 25, both of them. And there's another one inside, and we're giving that one inside to be what? 22. Diameter 22, the radius is what? 11. So I'm going to measure 11 on my meter rule this way. I'll measure 11. This is 11 here. And I'll place it at the center. Then I'm going to draw a thick line. I'll come here also. I'm going to draw another thick circle here. Now after we've done that, the next thing we'll be doing here is to draw this circle. That's the next thing. The circle is inclined on this line of what? 30 degree, right? The vertical. And the radius at which the center of that circle is 95, right? So I'm going to measure the radius of what? 95 on my meter rule this way, from 0 straight down to this is 95. Then I'll place it at this point A here, and I'll measure an arc here. This is my arc here, 95. That is where the center of the circle lies. So at that center line, I'm going to draw, before I draw anything, at that center line, we know that the radius of this circle here is given to be, we are told 3 bosses, diameter 25. So this is 1, this is 2, and this is 3. That's what I mean by the 3 bosses. But these other 2 circles are on a line that is drawn straight from this point. So if I take my T-square, I'll take it to that point, and I'll draw a line this way. That's a center line. So this will be a long one, short, long, short, long, short, and so on. So this is where I'm going to draw. So the first circle, which is the diameter here is 25, to the rest is what? 12.5. So I'll use 12.5 to draw this on this point. Then the next point is this vertical here, another 12.5 to draw this on this point, and here also 12.5. So let's do that and see. So I'll measure 12.5 here. This 12.5 here, and I'll place it at this point where they meet here, and I'll draw the first one, which is this. I'll go to the second one, which is here. I'll draw the second one, which is this. I'll go to the third one, which is here. I'll do the third one, which is this. So all the circles are 12.5. That is what I'm actually doing here. Now the next one is another circle length, which is giving diameter 12. So the rest is what? 6. Those circles inside, I call them the drill. So the drill, which is written here, that's what we're going to do, which is 6. So I'll measure 6. From here to here is 6. Then I'll place it here, and I'll draw the first one. I'll go here, I'll draw the second one, come here, I'll draw the third one. So those are what? The drills. Now, there's another bigger circle up here. And for me to get the center, and the circle is lying on the 15-degree line. If you look at this center line here, this one here is inclined at what? 15 degree to the what? Vertical. And the center is gotten from the radius of what? 126 on that 15 degree. And this is my 15-degree line here. But I need the radius of 126 to get what? To get the center. So let me measure the radius of 126 on my meter rule. So from here, if I place it this way, this is this 0, this is 10, this is 120, this is 126 here. All good? So I'll just place it at the center here and strike an arc. It means this point here is my center of that circle. So let me just increase it a little bit. So this is what we have. That is where this circle will be located. This circle here. And the circle has a diameter of 32. The radius is what? 16. So let's do that. With radius of 16, we get that circle. Radius of 16, we're going to get a circle. Right? So place it here. I'll draw this. There's a second circle. Then it has a drill. The drill is diameter of 16. That means radius is what? 8. So I'm going to measure 8 millimeter. From here to here is 8. Now place it here. And I'm going to draw this. This is what we have there. Now we have successfully drawn all the circles. Now it's for you to now start drawing other circles that is tangential to the circle. So we'll draw them tangent to each other. Now we'll start with this. This is 32, radius 32, and this 32. And I told you it is a pothole. When you say pothole on the road to avoid accident, you have to fill, right? So you mean you are going to add, or you say the circle is external. Anyone you want to choose. Now this is 32. It means that I'm going to add. There are some calculations there that will now say that this radius, this one here, it has a radius of what? 12.5, because we use 12.5 to draw this. So we say that radius of what? 12.5 plus the radius of what? 32. So when you add 32 and 12.5, you'll be having 44.5. Right, so we need a radius of 44.5 to strike an arc. So I'll measure 44.5 here on my meter rule, this way, 44.5, somewhere around here. And I'll place it at this point. I will strike an arc this way. Then since here is 32, and here also is 32, just like it implies here, you can see it's also 32. I'll still place it here, and they are the same circle. Now strike an arc this way too. Now let's go to the bigger one here. Now, if you look at this from this point, we have a bigger circle. That bigger circle has a diameter of 50. It means the radius is what? 25, right? So 25 plus 32. So we have arrow 25 plus what? Arrow 32. That will give us arrow. This is 57, right? So I'll measure 57 on my meter rule. It's 50, 55, 56, 57 here. Right? You have to be very careful with your measurement. So if I place it here, I'll strike an arc that will cut here. And now since here also, I'll place it here, I'll strike an arc that cuts here, since they are almost symmetrical. Now with the help of my compass, I'll place it at this point, take it here, right? And I'll just draw my arc this way. You see that? The first one. I'll come here also. I'll draw the other arc too, this way. The second one, yeah. So let us get it. Hmm. Let's get it here. See that? We've done that aspect. We've done just these two, this and this. So what's remaining again? It's still remaining this, right? So it's almost the same thing front and back. So I will just do, look at what I want to do now. I used this, right, to get this. You can see that? So I can also use it to strike an arc at this point here too. If I come here, so I'll take this at this point to also strike another arc here. It's just the same thing. And I use from this point to get this arc here, right? So I'll use it to cut this here. You come at this point here. You've already drawn this. You've drawn this. So I would have drawn this, but because in the question we don't have it there, so I'm going to ignore this point here. I only focus on this point here. So automatically this is not just there. Now we want to do this. Don't forget that this and this is identical to this and this, the same thing. So what I use to measure here, what I use for, now when I place it at this point, I'm having this line here. I'm having this, right? So I'll come here also, I'll place it at this point, I'll strike an arc this way. See what I'm showing you? Then here also, when I place it here, I'm going to get here too. So I'll come at this point, I'll strike another arc, I'll cut that other one here, and it's striking it at this point. So from that point, I'm going to place it here, and I'll get my circle that will connect both of them. So at this point, and I'll get this. You can see that? I'll just draw this way. So we have this. You can see that? So when you see we've drawn this arc, this and this. So this, and this. So what's remaining again we want to draw is this on it. Now what do you notice? Both of them are the same. They are what? The same. They have the same diameter of what? 25, which is radius what? 12.5. But the new guy here is the radius that connect them, and that is what? 25 diameter, right? 25 radius. So you're going, since it's like a porthole, you need to feed them, you're adding, or let's say the circle is external. So I'll say 25 plus 12.5 to get that circle. So since it's symmetrical, I'll use the same measurement for them. So the first one, I'll say that arrow 25 plus arrow 25, arrow 12.5 plus arrow 25. How that is 12.5? Because the radius here is 12.5 and this is what? 25. So this will give us 37.5. So that 37.5, I don't have to do for the other one because they have the same measurement, right? So I'll now measure 37.5 on my meter rule. This is 20, this 30, this 30, 35, 36, 37.5 here, right? And I'll place it at this point. I'll strike an arc up. I'll place it here also. I'll strike another arc where they intersect. And they're intersecting at this point here. So from that point, I'll place my compass there. And I'll gauge it to the point where I want it to be tangential, which is this point here. Then it just connects in very well. So it just connect. That's what we have there. Alright. So we've done this aspect now. So what's remaining again here is this arc here. That is what? 22. Right? We have 22. So what we'll do is, since this is 12.5 and this is also a porthole here, like a hole we have to fill, so you're adding the radiuses. So since this is what? 12.5, how? From diameter of 25, this is 12.5. So I'll say my arrow 12.5 plus the radius is 22, so arrow 22 plus arrow what? 22, and that will give us arrow 34.5. So 34.5, that is the radius I'm going to use. So I'm going to use my compass I'm gonna measure 34.5 on my meter rule, 330, right? 4.5 here, somewhere around here. Then I'll place it on this guy here and I'll strike an arc this way. You can see that. Now the other one here we have 32. So the radius, the diameter of 32. So the radius is what? Is 16. So I'm going to say arrow 16 plus what? Arrow 22. So I'm adding the radius of this and this. So the radius of this, I'm adding it with this. So arrow 16 plus arrow 20, that'll give me arrow 38. So we're having 38 here. So I'll measure 38 on my meter rule. This is 30, 35, 38 is here. So I'm going to place it at this point here and I'll strike an arc. Now what do you notice? The two arc, they meet at this point. The one I strike from here and this, they meet at this point here. So I'll now take my compass and I'll place it on this point here. And I'll draw the arc that will connect both of them together this way. That's what we have there. Now the next thing that I want to simply do here is to draw this arc here of 32, the radius of 32, right? So what I'm going to do, I'll take my compass, I'll place it at A, I'll take it to this point, right? And I'm going to draw an arc this way. You can see that? Now the next thing I'm going to do is, since this is like a pot O, 32 plus the radius of this circle, which is what? 16. This is 32, half of it is 16, 16 plus 32, that will give us what? 48, right? So I'm going to measure 48 on my meter rule. I'll measure 48 on my meter rule this way, from this to this point. This is 40, 48 here, right? And I'll place it at the center. I'll strike an arc this way. That's the first arc I'll strike. Now, since what I'm about to draw, the radius is what? 32. What I'm drawing here has a radius of what? 32. Then I'll place my compass and measure 32 on my meter rule. Then along this line here, where it is going to be tangential, I'll place it at any point there, and I'm going to draw an arc this way, right? So where that arc meets here, I'll put my compass there with the same radius of 32. Then I'll just draw from here, and I'll have this way. So from this point, I'll take in where I want it to be, which is this. And this is what we have. We have successfully completed this diagram. Now the other things for you to do is for you to draw your what? Your parameters, right? So if you found this video helpful, please don't forget to click on the subscribe button. Thanks for watching.